Welcome back. This is Father Helms, priest in charge of St. Monica's Anglican Church. Over the next few sessions, we're going to be building off the themes and concepts developed in our prior video on God's infinity. In that video, we essentially said that when we claim that God is infinite, what we really mean by that is that he has no limitations. And so over the next few video series, we're going to talk about various ways in which God is not limited. We'll talk about God being omnipresent, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. We'll also talk about God's knowledge, and that he's all-knowing or omniscient, that he's all-powerful, that he doesn't change, and we'll probably develop some other ideas as well. But as we said in this video series and this topic, we're going to be talking about God being omnipresent. And so when we think first about human creatures, every creature that you know, whether human, could be a dog, could be a cat, could be a rock, is always in one place at one time. And we see that there's an obvious limitation to that. We have our human bodies, or if you're a cat, the cat has its cat body, and therefore it's limited in where it can be. God is not like that. God has, as we've said in other video series, he has no physical parts, but he's also, as we said in the prior session, he is not limited in any manner. So he's not limited by being in one place. He is everywhere. Now, our tendency when we affirm that God is everywhere is to maybe think of him as somehow physically everywhere. That, he is over here while at the same time he's over there and every other possible location. But that's not the correct way to think about it. You see, God, when we say that he is omnipresent, that he is truly everywhere, he's not everywhere in the same way that a bodily creature could somehow possibly be everywhere. Just this maybe infinite extension, if you will. No, God is everywhere by his causal power. So God, as the creator of all things and the sustainer of all things, is present to everything that exists at every possible moment, because he is causing every single thing to remain in being. And this is a fundamentally different way to be present to anything. Again, every other thing that you can imagine in your mind, it is present to a specific location. And God is not present to a specific location as an extended being is. He is present to every location, but it's by his causal power. And so with that, that fundamentally changes the type of relationship that we have with God as opposed to some other creature. Again, if you think about maybe even your closest friend, right? Your closest friend can only be in one place, if you will, at a time. And even in that sense, they're not completely 100% present to the situation, because they're going to be distracted. They might turn away for a moment. They might hear something. They might, obviously, they're going to leave the room at some point in time. They're not going to stay there forever. But God, because he is present to every single thing by his causal power, he is present to us in a most unique manner. And it allows a level of intimacy and closeness with God that you cannot possibly have with any other creature. I mean, God truly is present to the most microscopic particle of your being. No creature can be present like that to you. And so with that, when we begin to think about the type of way in which God is present to us, again, denying that he is has parts such that he would be located in any one specific place, or maybe even multiple places, but still confined in some manner, because he is absolutely unlimited in the sense of where he is by his causal power. It should fundamentally change the way we approach him from a sense of worship. So when we think about Holy Eucharist and the Mass, one of the ways in which God's omnipresence should impact us in a very powerful manner is that if you think about a Holy Eucharist that's going on right now, whenever you're watching this video, and if there's another Holy Eucharist going on somewhere else in the world, God is present to that Mass is equal to any other Mass going on at the same time because he is, by his causal power, 100% present at both of them. Again, even if you're sitting alone at home and you're praying to God, he is just as equally present to you there as he would kneeling before the altar. And you have all of God present to you. Again, it's not as if God's going to be distracted in some way. You have all of God completely present at every single aspect of your life. And of course, when we think about things from a worship standpoint in Holy Eucharist, in just even private prayer, God is present to that. And we don't have to think of God having to be present to one prayer and then he moves on to another. No, he is 100% present every single moment of your life to you. And this is the being who came to earth, assumed a human nature in the God-man Jesus, died on a cross, and then at every single Mass, and as we get into other topics, specifically God's eternality, we'll see that there's a unique participation of every single Mass with the sacrifice of the cross itself. And so when we begin to think about God in this very robust classical sense, that he truly is everywhere, this should significantly change the way we approach him in worship. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you.